Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video we'll be talking about LeetCode problem 1647. It's called minimum deletions to make character frequencies unique. And the reason why I picked this question is because it's currently being asked by Microsoft for their online assessments. So let's look at the question. A string s is called good if there are no two different characters in s that have the same frequency. So given a string s, return the minimum number of characters you need to delete to make the s good. Cool. For example, they're giving us AAB, and we don't need to delete anything because we have a frequency of A 2 times and frequency of B 1 time. Those are unique. So we're good. In this case, we have AAA, BBB, and CC. In that case, we have frequency of A 3 times, frequency of B 3 times, and frequency of C 2 times. So you can see that you can delete the B's resulting, you can delete two B's resulting in a good string AAABCC. We have three A's, one B, and two C, which is good. There's one more example. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna take this example on the whiteboard to explain how we're gonna tackle this. So to tackle this problem, we're gonna use a dictionary first to store the character with their frequency count. So we're gonna loop over this string right here, and we're gonna build that dictionary. So we have A has a 3 frequency counts, B has also 3 frequency counts, and C has only 2 frequency. So once we have that dictionary, we're gonna also need a set, a hash set in sharp, and which is what we're gonna use to keep track of the frequencies that we've seen so far. So the algorithm is gonna iterate over this dictionary right here, and let's just walk through it, right? So first we're gonna start on A, and we're gonna see the frequency of A is 3 times. So we're gonna ask our hash set, have you seen that frequency before? And the answer is gonna be no. So we're just gonna add frequency 3 into our set, and we're gonna move on. Now we are on the second part where B has a frequency of 3. Now we're gonna ask the same question, is 3 in our set? Yes, it is. So we're gonna have to reduce B or remove B character one time. Now we're gonna make the frequency of that 2. Now we're gonna ask the question, is 2 in our set? The answer is no, so we're just gonna add it in our set and move on. Now remember that we did make one adjustment right here, or one deletion right here, so we're also gonna keep track of our answers. Now we're gonna add 1 to there, and now we have C, where the frequency of C is 2. Is it in our set? Yes, it is. So we're gonna have to remove that by 1 character, or remove 1 C. Now we have 1. Is 1 in our set? Answer is no. We're gonna add it to our set. However, we also we have to update our count by 1 because we deleted 1, and there is no more item in here, so that would be our answer. Cool. Now let me add one more example. So same idea, we're gonna create a dictionary of character and their frequencies. 3 times, the 2 times, the right. Now I'm gonna have the set again, and then I'm gonna go through each one. 3 in the set, no, we're good. Now we are looking at this. 3 in our set, yes it is. So our answer right here, we're gonna add 1 because we're gonna remove this by 1. The 2 is 2 in our set, no, we're good. Now we're looking at C, in 2. Is 2 in our set? Yes. So we remove that by 1. Answer increments by 1. 1 right here. 1 is not in the set, so we can just add it. What about D being 2? Answer is going to be incremented by 1 because 2 is already in the set. Now we're looking at 1. 1 in our set? Yes. If it's in a set, then we're going to increment our answer by 1. And we're going to decrement this right there. So we no longer have any D. As soon as we see 0 right here, we're just gonna add that count, which we already did. So we needed to remove B by 1, C by 1, and D by 2. That's total of 4 operations. So hopefully that makes sense. Now let's just jump into the code and finish this off. Alright, so we do know that we need to create that dictionary that keeps track of the character and the frequencies. So we just add that dictionary right there. And now we need that set. Let's create a set right there. And if you want me to walk through it, I'll just do it. You can see that we iterate over as one time to fill up our dictionary, and that's gonna take and time, right? And now frequencies right there. We also need to keep track of our answers, or the number of operations we did, or number of deletions we did, whatever we want to call it. And then gonna add in the rest of the code right here. So like we did before, we iterate over dictionary right there, and the dictionary has a key of character, F being the frequency. If the frequency is not in the set, we just add it in there, and there is no operation needed for that. But if that's not the case, then we need to remove the frequency by 1, remember? And let's just go through the code. I'm just gonna copy the frequency right there into a separate variable so we can update that. And we're gonna have a while loop as long as the frequency is greater than 0, right? And first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna increment over answers, because that we need to delete it by 1. Excuse me, we need to remove frequency by 1, so that's gonna take 1 operation, and we do remove the frequency right there. If the frequency is not 0, and if we can add it to our known frequency, we're good, and we just add it into our frequency and we break out of this loop and we go to the next entry. But if the frequency is not 0 and the known frequencies add return false, meaning that it was already in there, then we need to iterate over again, and we need to increment our answer by 1, and we need to remove 1 more frequency from that. Cool, so hopefully that makes sense. And then at the end, the answer hopefully should be the right answer. And the runtime, you can see, is the main one that we need to fill up the dictionary, and this one is just iterating over the dictionary, and all the known frequencies contains add. All of that should be a constant time operation, so it doesn't incur any runtime for that. Let me just submit this. Voila, all done. Cool. Well, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. In the future videos, I'll be talking about more of these questions from Microsoft. Thanks, bye.